definitely kind of, in some ways there's a bit of an eerie feeling about it out here. I don't like it. I wouldn't want to go in there, you know, in the day that it was.
Yeah.
You know. Sorry, just it's Dawn here. I'm present with
Hi everybody.
Eamon, and we're just here in Letterkenny on a wee trek out.
A wee walk.
A wee historical walk here as part of our paranormal work. So hope you'll all join us for a wee while as we go through. We're literally outside the steps now of the museum. You can see it there, it's a bit dark.
The Painting Museum.
Let us know, guys, if you've seen any flashes or any orbs or anything like that. So yeah, no, you're not going to see the doorway now. It's quite an intrusive looking ways, isn't it? Yeah.
So we're just
if I stand the back of it, you might get a better view of it there. That way. It's quite a big building.
It is. It's quite big, but it's actually not as big as it would have been. That's actually quite small in comparison to the original.
So let's take a walk around the side where we're allowed to go. You know. Hi, Mary. Mary's saying there's flashes already. We have a torch here, so just bear that in mind. I'll stop.
And we've got the noise of the traffic too, obviously. So.
Yeah, we're doing good. So there'll be lots of like, do you reckon? When I stopped here, there was a feeling of just death.
Yeah.
Lots of death. Saturated far too much of it.
Well, there was no coming out, obviously. Once you went through those doors, you never came out.
The smell. Oh my God, it's just disgusting, and flies. It feels like there's water all over the floor as well. That's what I'm seeing, slop. The hygiene was just not, I mean, Letterkenny Hospital do a better job.
It was a palace in comparison to
Yes, yeah, lots.
You could have had anything up to 200, 300 people in here.
Wow, that's crazy. So Eamon is working just on, you know, he's pretty good with his facts and his knowledge. I'm not from Letterkenny, so I wouldn't know the history. I'm working on a kind of intuitive level at the moment and seeing what I pick up. And then we're going to go around the corner in a few minutes and do some experiments to see if we get any spirit activity there. So, definitely.
So we're just at the entrance at the minute, and this is where people, when they came to the workhouse, this is where people would actually have been greeted. They would have walked up those steps and in the front door.
Do you think they walked up, or do you think maybe they were dragged up, some of them?
Could have been dragged up.
I think some people went in here without a sense of free will, if that makes any sense.
It would have been the last resort. It was either that or America if they had the money for a ticket. But
I feel like I need to, you know, and it could be very symbolic, but just the ear being dragged up the steps, you know, the young ones, the kids, thrown in, literally abandoned, you know.
It was very much a last resort now.
Yeah.
Definitely was. So
and was there a fire here then at any point in?
That I don't know.
Left side of the building.
Right. It's just
not a major one.
then,
not a major one, but it's significant enough for a spirit to draw attention to it. You know.
Okay. So something to take note of then.
Yeah.
So who have we got? Just joining.
Where
are you? Sharon Crossing,
Sharon, we're just down at Letterkenny Museum here, having a wee historical ghost hunt walk and
that's it.
Picking up the energy of the building. I would say it's a fabulous building to look at now, on a positive note. You know, they've revived it, but there's just this don't come in here kind of vibe with it.
Don't come in.
Don't come in here.
Don't come in,
Yeah, you'll get locked in if you come in here. So I have a feeling now that somebody's getting clear with, you know how we had in the other house when we had somebody step forward to guide us around the place? Yeah.
Well, literally, you were locked in.
Yeah.
That's
The stench.
yeah.
The stench alone would make you hurl. And it was sweat and just, yeah, everything thrown into one pot.
So is there anything, would you say, that's active here then? Would you think there's anything
Yeah,
that...
yeah. Oh, you've got very active energy here.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I know that if you were to sat up in them steps now, and if there was no public kind of anyone thinking we're weird,
It would be,
you would probably have a good conversation if you want to do that. Have you got anything visual we can do, Eamon, on the level of getting...
Well, we don't have any glasses or anything, unfortunately, or any sort of... So,
No.
unless we want to do the 1,000 rods, we want to see what...
You probably won't see much of them in the dark now,
No,
unfortunately.
no, okay.
But
So we've...
yeah, it's just myself and Eamon here now this evening doing this walkabout and enjoying. It's been a fabulous day, everybody. Say hello.
Happy Mother's...
Hi, Lorraine. Thanks for joining us. Oh, stop there now again. So basically what they're showing me now, and I know this is revolting, I don't know why they're showing me this, but it's almost like the slurry from the wastage would just seep out even onto the road.
Absolutely.
It's disgusting stuff.
Yeah.
You know, your urine, everything is just coming out all over the place.
It was swept out the door, basically.
Was it?
You lay in your... and this is, as we say, the front part of the building. So you had the dormitory behind where people would have slept. The girls on the one side and the boys on the other.
And screamed.
And basically, yeah, everything, as you say, would have been swept onto the aisle along the middle and just...
Seriously?
Absolutely. No fancy way of getting rid of any...
It's amazing what you pick up, though, isn't it? What they show you.
Very
I mean,
very much accurate, yeah.
health and safety.
What's that?
They obviously didn't have it in those times.
They didn't.
And so it took a long time for them, obviously, to evolve past that. Now, this part of the building here, Eamon, is that new or what?
It is.
Yeah, because it looks newer and there's a fresher energy to it.
Yeah, it is. From just that part there, is
over.
all new. That's the old.
Yeah, I've now got someone touching my face,
Right.
saying I'm so kind.
So it's good energy anyway.
It's good energy. Yeah, they're saying there's lots of flashes.
Good.
Which is good. So keep a note of the flashes, guys, and let us know what you're picking up. And if you see any faces, let us know.
Absolutely. Or
Anything more
that's...
visual that we're not seeing here physically. And hopefully the Garda Síochána don't come along and lock us up or throw us in there. Actually, they could throw us in there. I wouldn't mind now.
Wouldn't mind.
Being thrown in there this evening.
Idea, but sure.
See that there now? You touch that wall. We'll see if you feel anything from it.
Fear, is it?
Fear, okay. You got fear. I've got the shivers going through me now. Hurled out then onto a cart, literally rolled up the road after they'd died. You know, and they would take them out. It's almost like I'm seeing them actually leaving the bodies pile up.
Yeah.
So they didn't have to pay your man to come twice.
20 or 30 of them in the one house.
Is that the way it was? Ugh.
Say no more.
And we call that being humans, like.
There was no such thing as humanity, unfortunately.
Jesus, right. It was survival, wasn't it? We're very safe, everything's safe what we're doing here. Bear in mind that I'm working as a medium now for several years, so I have a pretty good knowledge when something's positive and negative. And we just don't go into it.
Yeah.
We're here just to walk a story, really, aren't we?
That's it. Just really sort of relive.
To recap. God, your man would love this.
Your man.
Yeah. Now, there's a cat that walks along this wall.
Today?
No. There used to be 3 or 4 cats that used to sit on this wall. Silly thing. They kept lots of cats. Yeah.
They probably did actually, because there probably would have been like a farm.
Yeah.
That would have been in the area too, because people who lived in here,
The rats, the mice, and the vermin, and yeah.
the people who lived in here, I suppose, worked during the day, and there would have been a farm. There may have been vegetable plots, all that sort of thing.
Right, so it was kind of a homestead as well in some respects.
It was their home.
Yeah.
It certainly was.
I have this wee old man now come forward again. What's it with these old wee men? He's just, I can see him in my head now, leaned up on his shovel.
And a shovel.
Skinny, lanky man.
Very much.
Now, I mean, if I was to look at him today, I'd say that man's in his 70s, but I have a feeling he was probably in his late 30s. He looked that old and worn and haggard.
Absolutely, very
withdrawn and sunken in the face, and
yeah.
it's almost like a serious lack of sunlight as well. Some of the rooms didn't even have windows in them. Would that be
They were
true?
upstairs, and a lot of them would have been, I suppose that's why they were called dormitories.
Right.
Because they were up high.
Very interesting. Now, how long ago would this have been, Eamon?
This would have opened in the 1840s, just at the beginning of the famine.
So where I'm feeling like we're drawn to is like 1870, kind of that period of time.
Well, that's, I suppose, maybe when it might have been most active.
Yeah.
But all of these workhouses would have been opened around the 1840s.
Wow.
When things got really, really tough with the famine, and things got really, this was sort of their way of making provision.
Yeah. Not nice circumstances, lads. Not at all.
No. But when you got evicted, that was the only place you had to go.
Yeah. There just feels like there's just no food. No food, no clean water, nothing. And I know that's real basic stuff, but
Very basic. Yeah,
that's
very
where they're
basic, because they didn't have to provide any of this. This was just your basic essentials to kind of keep you alive. That was the purpose of the workhouse, was somewhere to go to. It was kind of like a relief. So it wasn't meant to be a luxury. It was meant to be. Most people avoided coming in here.
No, you couldn't blame them. Yeah. So where do we dander to now? Are we ready, or you need to do more here?
Is there anything active here you think that we can get any visual from, or are we ready to?
You can sit on the steps if you want for a few moments.
Yeah, okay.
Just as they were saying, and see.
And what about the people that are tuned in? What?
Has anybody seen any flashes or anything that we need to be aware of?
Yeah.
We're going to sit on the steps now and see if we can make contact with any spirit.
Yeah. Just, I suppose, bear in mind the energy as you walk up these steps.
Oh,
Close to the door.
I can feel that now. It's almost like a heaviness.
Yeah.
Just sunken into the ground. These steps feel like they're higher than they used to be.
They probably would have been modified, yeah.
These don't feel like the originals.
The original, no.
No.
They're probably quite.
They look, actually, I'm looking at them now, they look more kind of, we'll say, in the past 100 years anyway, at least.
Right.
What do you think?
Yeah, they probably would have been made of stone and just sort of.
It's like this kind of stuff.
Oh.
Do you know? It's cobbly. It's not even.
Pebbles or kind of
Yeah. There's tons of them, Sharon. We picked up on that as I was walking. We were walking down earlier on. She's asking, is there any bodies buried here? Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But it's further back, I would say. I don't feel like it's here.
No, this is the entrance, yeah.
Yeah, just over that side then as well.
Possibly, yeah.
Hello.
How you doing?
Over here.
Yeah.
There's definitely, we need to go downhill. All right, and then they figured out that the smell would come uphill. Okay. And
Yeah,
so they changed position.
and that would make sense downhill as well, because the way that these remains would have been left in their final resting place would have been downhill. So that, I don't know if any of you would have seen, it was like a hearse that would have probably held 20, 30 people, and the door at the end would have just opened and down the hill. So, yeah.
Do you imagine now, even though
Would there buried here? Yeah.
yeah, flashes have stopped.
Yeah.
Thanks, Shard. Now, as I'm listening, I can hear men singing in the street. Now, this is another era that we've jumped into.
Yeah.
You know, and they're in their kind of in their Sunday best, heading off to church. You know, and then going on to the pub afterwards for the old sing song.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't have mine now someday when we have time to walk the main street quietly and see what we pick up on activity-wise there, because there is a lot of buildings down there, and that
There would be plenty of activity down there tonight now, no doubt.
of the physical humankind, still living kind.
Absolutely.
I've just got someone can really connect with me there now.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming through. Is there anything that you want to share with us?
God, it just made me really tired. Sometimes they make you really tired.
Okay.
It's just, I didn't realise that until we went past. Nosy feckers, get off my property is what he said. And at the same time the car went past.
And it's such a coincidence as that, he's probably right.
That's bizarre how that just happened in synchronicity there. And he's laughing like, what are you doing here?
He's probably saying if you're wise you wouldn't go anywhere near it.
Do you reckon?
Back then anyway.
Now, can I ask you, was there ever any hangings in this location?
Connected to the building itself, or just in the general area?
I would say the general area.
That I wouldn't be sure of yet. Can you put a time period or anything on it?
Oh. Well, the first thing that came into my head was 1910. Now, that's not that long, really, ago when you think about it.
No.
When did they stop hanging? Did they stop hanging people in Ireland?
Would have been right early 20th century, wouldn't it? And that would be around the time of the First World War and that sort of thing too, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Although there is, there's another story, not around this area, but further down the town, connected to
hangings. Okay, so and we've just been talking about going down the time. So they're drifting. Now I have to honour then as well the lineup of men shot at gunpoint.
I think we're onto a different story there.
Right, but you're familiar with that story? Possibly, yeah. Okay. So where are we off to?
Well, I think we feel well covered, Jane.
Yeah.
Should we walk up
No bother. So that's the crack now, lads. We're just leaving the Letterkenny Museum now. And heading up towards where, Eamon?
Heading up towards where now? Where are you drawn to?
We go back and then we go forwards.
We go back?
Yeah. And then go back forwards.
Okay.
And then we go for chips.
And then we go for chips.
Welcome, Christine.
Such a fabulous evening to be out to, isn't it?
It's just gorgeous, Eamon. So it is. Nice polite walk.
Yeah.
Okay. So this wee man is still with us. We're just still walking here, lads. Going into this, which part now is this in?
This part that we're walking up to,
Yeah.
this part would have been, probably back in the day, would have been just the grounds of the workhouse, but today it's a memorial garden to the people who would have lived in the workhouse.
Right.
They don't believe actually that the remains are buried here.
No.
So this is just, I suppose, a quiet area to...
But for some reason, you know, when we first walked through here earlier on, there was a lot of kind of happy energy in here.
Playful, yeah.
Playful energy,
Yeah.
you know. Right. Now, I've also heard pigs come into my head. So this could have been part of their farming area.
Farm, yeah. This possibly actually would have spread out for, well, not miles, but certainly a huge area.
Yeah.
Back in the day when it was in operation as a workhouse.
Oh, good God, they've made me tired. Sorry, Eamon. Oh, where are you drawn to go? Sorry.
We said up and then forward, was it?
Yeah. So, is there any real active area in this space? What is that? They're telling us to leave the area. They got the loudspeakers out for us here in the town. Right.
So is there, I suppose, of the whole area, but you were drawn to in beside the wall, weren't you?
Yeah. Our battery's running low now, so
we'll maybe preserve it for a wee bit.
Yeah. We're going to sign off for a little while and come back shortly after we do a bit of work here, lads. Yeah. Thanks for joining us. And we'll see you on the next level of this historical ghost hunts this evening. Here, stop. Okay. Yeah. Oh, good God. You feel anything? Death. Oh my God. I want to vomit. Oh no, I don't like this at all. It's not nice. There's a lot of... It's not negative, don't get. It's just life. You understand what I'm saying? It's just life, and not a good life at all. You know, you can feel almost, and I have to say it because I've felt it several times, the abuse. Severe abuse.
Absolutely, and a lot of it unrecorded, and a lot of it behind closed doors.
Yeah, this feels like there's a lot of pregnancies here, and I need to get rid of this. Need to deal with this.
Possibly then could be the female side.
Yeah, just here it's really heavy here. Yeah. I want to get sick.
Right. Well, we'll.
Now, I hope I'm not picking up on somebody that's been drunk that walked through here.
No, that could be possible. Very possible.
Yeah. Bring Smarties. I want sweets. And so all these would be unmarked graves then? Quite a lot of them?
Quite a lot of them, but they actually wouldn't be single graves.
No, obviously not.
No,
that
they
would be
all the one...
the mass grave.
Mass grave,
yeah. Ow. You know, they weren't even kind when they put them in there. They just flung them in here because my ribs and everything are hurting me, and
Absolutely.
like, oh my God.
And they're loads, like a... Like a trailer load of cattle.
They used to... Oh, God, forgive me. I was picking up the energy of sometimes they would just literally... Not sometimes, a lot of the time, they would just beat them to death. You know, if they weren't doing what they wanted them to do.
Absolutely, or if they
You know, they would just beat the crap out of them until there was nothing left.
Or if they were sort of quite poorly, then they probably would have...
Bye-bye.
Help move them along.
Is that true, though? Wow.
Because remember, you would have had tons of people waiting to get in. These workhouses were full
So
to the
the
door.
quicker they went out,
The quicker they could bring more people in.
ants, like ants. Where to now, Eamon?
Right.
You're the tour guide now, you decide. Just remember to bring these ones back a lot of sweets. They want sweets.
They want sweets. That would be something new to them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Up the high road then?
Where's that now?
It's
Up that
down
way?
there and up that way.
Oh, you're determined, aren't you? Okay, guys, we'll see you when we drift another wee bit on our tour and we've done some walking. You can connect in with myself and Eamon, who are just having a little bit of a walkabout in Letterkenny today, for those of you who've just tuned in. Well, this evening, should I say.
Yeah,
This night. And we're just doing a historical walk today and seeing what energy we pick up on. I think, Eamon, no disrespect, I know your theory about no equipment, but I really think we need something that whirs and picks up activity that's visual. We do.
Yeah. That's very much needed.
Definitely think we one or two devices that picks up signals while we're doing these walkabouts would be good.
Absolutely.
And
as a visual to let us know that we're actually on
track,
on
and
track
you're just
and
not
we're-
listening to us talking, that you can actually see something.
Yeah,
So we'll see you in about 10 minutes or so, lads, and go and get yourself a cup of tea.
That's it.
And make one for me, please, because it's cold. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.